Welcome to Irontreeforge. I am Iron John Logan, and today I'm going to be talking about how I forge pipe tomahawks. A lot of historical, very fancy presentation style tomahawks from the late 18th into the 19th centuries were made by apprentice and journeyman gunsmiths with scrap materials. So we see a bunch of carryover from early American rifle building culture, be it Kentucky or Pennsylvania, spilling over into the tomahawks with inlays and curly maple and very similar style. So, and what they would use is when they make a rifle barrel, there's both ends of the barrel are worthless after the rifling process. So that's cut off and trimmed, and those pieces are perfect length to create a tomahawk head from. So I have some barrel that a guy sent me. So you'll see in the later footage me actually forging rifle barrel, which is a kind of a rare treat, because how often do you have random rifle barrels you can scrap out? This guy is a little 45 caliber black powder octagon barrel that went through a house fire, I guess. So it's scrapped as a gun barrel, so it's a perfect candidate. This one's a little on the small side, being only 45 caliber, so it could only really make mouse-sized tomahawks. What I'll be forging later is a 54 caliber, which is perfect, so I can make some full-size heads for you. When I don't have rifle barrel, what I've found works is DOM tubing, D-O-M tubing, which stands for drawn over mandrel. And if you look at this, you can kind of see this diagonal stripe going around. So it's a strip that is spiraled and pulled over a mandrel, and it's all forge welded pretty much. So it's seamless. There is no seam anywhere in here. I've made gun barrels out of this stuff, and it survives just fine. So it survives forging as a tomahawk, as a solid tube. First thing you need is a guillotine fuller. These come in a couple different patterns. This is one that I've made with a C-frame, so I can go this way too, but it just has two rounded dies. Sometimes they go in the vise, sometimes they go in the anvil. You put something here and evenly section off material. And this is used extensively just for the pipe stem between the eye, the hatchet, and the pipe. You need a guillotine tool. You also need hot chisels. Hot chisels are different than cold chisels. First off, they're more acute, sharper angle here, and the edges are knocked pretty much actually sharp on all sides, so it will slide right into hot material. This one's handled, so you'll see later me using crotch vicing technique and self-striking to use this tool, and then I'll use this tool to open up the bit after I saw it. And then last, you have to have a tomahawk drift. Tomahawk eyes are teardrop in cross section. You don't have to have them that shape, and there are pipe tomahawks that have other shapes historically, but this is the most common. You're going to find commercial handles that fit this drift. This one's really old, probably I got it as a teenager, so it's easily 25 years old, and still works. And I got this from Centaur Forge. I assume Blacksmith Depot in North Carolina, the Can Sons, they would also have a tomahawk drift. So, guillotine tool, hot chisels, drift. Of course, you then need everything else: the tongs, the hammers, the anvils, the heat source, the etc. But any blacksmith that has these three and everything else can make this. So, all right, stay tuned, and we'll forge some tomahawks.